Vasiliy Lomachenko. This southpaw fighting out of Ukraine is one of the best to ever do it. No one moves around the ring like Lomachenko. And he'll be facing Jorge Linares. He stands 173 centimeters tall with a 175 centimeter reach.
Nobody knows who's going to win.
Vasiliy Lomachenko, one of the most technically skilled fighters in all of boxing. No one moves around the ring like Lomachenko.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight here. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Left counterpunch to score. Left punch. Missed him with that uppercut. So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
He just misses with that big right hand. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Just missed with that big right hand. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Exchange here from both men. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. He is down big time on the scores. Here we go, it's round two. That left lands. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Men showing exceptional chins, by the way. There's a right hand. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Neither man really defending themselves. One punch could change everything in this battle. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Good punch. Exchange here from both men. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. the momentum. They've got the advantage. Let's get it started in round 3. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Neither man really defending themselves. Solid punch. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Why aren't they defending? Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Just misses with that jab. Very close right now with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round. There we go to the 4th round. And endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there, take it over them, and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Good one. And misses with that jab. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it. The Venezuelan is rocked. Finally, Linares goes to the canvas. He's been knocked down, but at least... There's the bell for round 5. That left hand misses. And back to life now, starting to land some punches. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. These two are the perfect dance partners. Caution being thrown to the wind. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Oh, what a punch! The scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That was almost a 10-8. On to the 6th round. Then step back for just a moment. Both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down. He fails to score with that left hook. These fighters is starting to run out of gas. What do you do as a fighter when you just don't have the energy?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Good punch. He misses with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something. Raise the bell and start round 7. Nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
These two were made for each other. With that jab. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
And they figure out the combination to this sink. One lands. misses with that jab. Coming back to life now, starting to land some punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won. And there's the bell for round 8. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, I'm thinking, you just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little favourite and pickpocket them.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake. Threw the hook, didn't land. Heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Gets out of the way of that left hand. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to be working. There's the bell for round 9. When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That could be the real difference.
It's the one who draws first blood, Tom. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Swing and a miss with the left hook. What a punch. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Quick punch scores. Both men step back for just a moment. Back and forth they go. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far. And here comes the 10th round. early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it? Exchanges from both men in this round. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you've got a fast fighter, they will cut you to ribbons, and they know it's a matter of time before either you get desperate or the referee jumps in and saves you. This is a natural gift.
Count. Do you believe this? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That bell could not... There's the bell to start round 11. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it and back because that's where they're comfortable, or you take it on, break through.
Either man really defending themselves. Exchange here from both men. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it? Fighter willing to slow down. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. A round that seemed like eternity for them. And there's the bell to start round 12. Fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter. Fast fighter can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Trying to answer back. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Both of these men showing exceptional Phenomenal chins, by the way. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Nice exchange here from both men.
Fantastic punch. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. It was as close as we thought it was, and this fight is a split decision win.
A split decision? How one-sided does it have to be? A split decision? Who's doing this job? Todd, tell me, come on, talk to me. That is not a split decision. Ridiculous.